Well, how's it going out there, folks? Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. This is going to be a little video several of you have asked for, a part 2 to the Cobra 2000 eBay debacle, where I bought a Cobra 2000, some speakers and some mics off of eBay a couple weeks ago. Seller did a terrible job packing it, shipping it, shipped it in a used Amazon box, which is paper thin, really. Just put a handful of bubble wrap in here, and basically he hoped for the best. Chunked it in a box and thought he would blame it on UPS if it got damaged, and he assumed no responsibility for it. That's not the way it works, okay? I tried to work it out with a guy outside of eBay, messaged him, figured we could come to an agreement on some sort of partial refund. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to accept a return on it. Worst case, he could have paid for a shipping label back and he would have had the radio. I would have had my money. But he didn't want to do that. So he left me with no choice, opened up a claim against him. And just to show you guys, here's the result. I received an denial of service that was different or not as described. Case status closed. Closed the case in my favor because the seller did not respond in time, and I have been issued a full refund of $515.83. 85 of that, which I should note, was put towards the shipping cost. He charged $85 for shipping and then did this piss poor job. So, what's the result on this? Well, result is I get to keep the radio, I get to keep the speakers, I get to keep the mics, I get to keep everything, and I get the money back. Okay, that may not seem fair to some folks, I get it all, but when you're a dishonest seller and you're given over 2 weeks to respond and to make it right, and you just ignore it, that's what PayPal or eBay is going to do to you, okay? If you refuse to accept a return on an item not as described, it got damaged and you still refuse to accept a return on it, you're well within your right as a seller to refuse that return, which is saying you don't want the item back, but you're still going to owe the customer a refund. Okay? It doesn't matter, even if you sell something for parts or not working, if it gets mangled up in shipping before it gets to that customer, guess what? You are responsible for it. So, that's the issue. That's the deal with it. Again, a lot of you guys were curious how this was going to work out. There were some people out there that were kind of skeptical that I'd be able to get anything done. And then, the vast majority of you guys were like, yeah, this is going to be an easy open and shut case, money back. It was sent working. Now it's not. It's got damage on it, poorly shipped. That's kind of a closed case before it even started, which it was. I wasn't trying to beat this guy out of his radio, but if you ask me if I feel bad that now I get to keep the radio and the money, I don't, because he was given plenty of chance. So he was a jerk about it. He was a smart ass about it. He thought he was going to beat the system, and he was not going to have any kind of responsibility for it, but look at him now. No radio, no money, and I've got both. Now, as far as what happens on his end, I can only speculate. I get cases opened on me sometimes. It's mainly because stuff gets lost in shipping. Like I had today, not to get on the sidetrack, not to get too sidetracked. A guy opened the case on a Mako V5000 antenna, and it was shipped on time, but it got delayed by USPS. So what eBay did is, until that case gets resolved, that, $200 something of mine is on hold. Now, I didn't refund the guy because chances are, which I saw today, refund him, and then the antenna shows up late. He gets the antenna and the money. So I told the guy, I'm like, that's fine. You opened the case. Let's just see how it plays out. Lo and behold, the antenna is out for delivery today. So that case will be closed and my funds will be released. I'll be able to get paid for that order. So with this guy, I'm not sure if he ever got the money for the radio because I opened the claim pretty quick. He either didn't get the money for the radio, or he's been paid the money and his future sales on eBay and PayPal will be garnished until he pays back the debt that they refunded me for. But either way, I'm not really concerned with that part of it. Whatever happens on his end, I don't really care. All I wanted was the money back, or some portion of the money back for the damages done to the radio. And again, he wouldn't comply, so I got both. That's how it goes, guys. Learning lesson. If you didn't know, this is how things work, okay? Sellers and buyers out there, just keep this in mind when you're buying and selling on eBay. All right, thanks, everybody. Rooster and 10, roostercb.com. See you, bye.